Hey everybody, welcome into the broadcast. The day of You Are Enough, and I'm your host, Prophetess Nikki. I want to thank all of you for subscribing to the channel, liking and sharing the videos, and thank all of you for all of your active kindness that you do give us and your support you're giving us at Instagram. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, it's Nikki G McCray on Instagram. Listen, family, a lot of people didn't want you to be great. You outgrew people, you outran people, and you outstepped them. Just in that order, you outran a lot of people, you outstepped a lot of people. A lot of people was afraid that you would leave them behind. See, this is why people don't want you to be great, because the fear of being left behind, that's exactly what you did. You outran them, you outgrew people, and you outstepped them. This is why God is closing doors in your life, because you've done everything you can do in that place. You've done everything you can do with these people. So when you outgrow people, you have to leave them behind, and you have to love them enough, and you got to love yourself more to leave them behind. Because what God is going to require you, family, you're going to have some tough skin. You're going to have to learn to love people, and you're going to have to learn to leave them. But a lot of people didn't want you to be great. And the reason why people don't want you to be great is because it's all the internal conflict that people face in life. They literally feel like they will be losing you as a person. And this is why people have been silently competing against you. Silently. They will listen at your conversation. They will listen at your goals, the dreams, the visions that you have. And if you're not careful, people will sabotage that, because they know deep down on the inside of them, they're going to be left behind. And you know that you're going to leave people behind. You can feel in your spirit, and you can sense in your spirit when you're outgrowing people. You can sense it. You know when you're outstepping a person. You already know this. They knew it. And they did all they can do to hold you back, but they couldn't hold you. Because God said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not one. You are going to do some great things in this world, family. This is why you go through so much. Understand why you go through what you go through with, and learn how to go through with it. See, when we understand what we're going to go through with, family, when we're in that season of wilderness, when you're in that Garden of Gethsemane experience, just know that this is just a season, and this is going to pass. This too shall pass. Hashtag that. This too shall pass. Every time you get in a dilemma, say this too shall pass. It doesn't matter what the enemy bring against you. Say this too shall pass. You may be in the fiery furnace, but remember, you're not in that fiery furnace alone. And say this too shall pass, because it is going to pass. People fear your greatness from day one. People always feared the potential that you have. They always feared the success they knew you would gain. They already knew it. It was always something special about your family. This is why you didn't fit in with certain people in your family. This is why you didn't fit in a certain friend circle, because people know you were different. And be okay with being different, because God tells us that we are a royal priesthood, a chosen generation. He said you are a peculiar people. That means some people will look at you like you're strange, and they will begin to treat you indifferent. You're different, but people shouldn't treat you indifferent. See, you are light and people are darkness. This is where the indifferent treatment starts, because they are looking at you as a person who thinks that they are better, but you don't think that way. They perceive you that way because you're different than them. And when people don't understand, they begin to criticize, not critique, because constructive criticism is something positive that we all need and we all can learn and grow from. But no, people begin to criticize you. That's the jealousy that's in the heart of people. That's that envy that's been embedded in the heart of people. And that envy, that jealousy, the strife that people feel against your growth and your potential, that is going to turn into hate. And this is where the most lethal enemy of your life is going to reveal their face. In this season of your life, God will reveal the mask. He revealed the fakeness. They won't be able to be fake. You'll sense it. God will show you signs. God will give you warnings. Now, when God give you these warnings, when God give you these signs, pay attention, because he's not giving you these signs just for a reason. People never wanted you to be great. People will always, when they don't want you to be great, they will always give you bad advice, not sound counsel where you can grow from it. They're going to try to derail your life. And the enemy sent people in your life to do just that, to derail your life. This is why it's so important to have a prayer life and have that personal and intimate relationship with the Lord so God can speak to you, so you can hear. And I pray against any dull hearing that any of you may have. I pray that you will be able to hear clearly the voice of God. And you might be saying, Prophetess Nikki, how in the world can I distinguish my voice from God's? Because God told you. He told me that my sheep know my voice. My sheep. If you belong to God, if you are a true believer, if you have the power of the Holy Spirit on the inside of you, when God speaks to you, you know his voice because he said it. And he told you and I, you will not even follow a stranger because you can distinguish between my voice and somebody else's. You got to be able to do that so the devil don't trip you up. But the devil will try to derail your life, family, because he know you're called to greatness. Look at the devil. Look at Jesus. When the Father sent him into that wilderness, the devil came right there to tempt him, didn't he? Because he was at that weak moment. He was at that vulnerable moment. But God will always send an angel to strengthen you. God is going to send you people to strengthen you. This is why in this season of your life, for the rest of your life, always be careful how you entertain strangers. Because the Bible tells us when you entertain strangers, you might just be entertaining an angel unaware of it. Can you imagine that you are passing people day to day and you're just looking at these people as regular people? But God said, no, open your spiritual eyes because you may be in passing of a person who is an angel. People fear your greatness. They feared what you would always become. This is why people tried so hard to treat you indifferent. This is why people did their best to isolate you. This is why people did their best not to befriend you. This is why people did their best to betray your trust. Because this is bigger than you. Don't take it personal. This has everything to do with the assignment that God placed upon your life. There's always an assignment against the assignment that God has for your life. You outran so many people. You outstepped people. And you've outgrown people. People feared the success. You knew one day you would be great. You knew one day you would be successful. You just had that inkling in your spirit. And that's what you strive for. When you get in those low periods of your life, think about the vision. God gave us vision for a reason because God knew that there would be periods of our life that there would be nothing but darkness. You wouldn't know what direction to go. So God gave you a dream. He gave you a vision and he gave it to you for a reason. That vision will not tarry. God said the vision that he showed you is going to speak, but it's for an appointed time. It's coming. You got to believe that the dream that God gave you, the vision that God showed you, that thing going to come to pass. It is. The devil tried hard to derail your life, but all he did was set you up to be successful. The devil promotes you. Did you know that? Your enemies promote you. Your enemies cause you to get on your face where you wouldn't pray as much as you used to pray. So God has to send an enemy in your camp so you can pray, so you can regain your focus, so you can look at what matters most in life. This is why you're being hit real hard because God finna bless you real good. You've been hit real hard. God said, I'm going to let you get hit real hard in this season, but I'm going to cause you to heal before you enter the next season of your life because I'm getting ready to bless you beyond your wildest dreams. You already know it, family. So receive it. Don't doubt it. Don't overthink it. Nothing that form against you will prosper. It don't matter what it is, what direction it's coming from. It doesn't matter what witch, what warlock, what jinx, what hex, what spell is sending your direction. God is going to turn it around and send it right back to the people who sent it. And it's going to prosper against them, not you. Keep yourself girded in prayer. Always be sober-minded and vigilant because God tells us we have an enemy. And he's always looking. He's always looking for ways to destroy God's people. He can always give you distractions. He can only give you an illusion, but you cannot fall for the trick. You cannot fall for the enemy. Don't fall for it, family. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Thank you for tuning in. Good day to all of you. Bye-bye.